What is it? If that's what you think. Alright. Guess I'll be around Novak for a while longer until I figure out what I want to do with myself. See you around.
You come around like a bad habit. Whiskey and me are old friends. Keeps me got me into the caravan business, you know. Had to start transporting water instead of liquor, though. If I hadn't switched over, I'd end my trip with nothing but glass bottles. If you're looking to sign on with the caravan, Caravan works up north. Check with the Crimson Caravan, maybe. Still, if you got a gun, guts, and feeling like going on patrol, Jackson might have something for you if you haven't already spoken to that old He was looking to try to get troops to clear the North Road. You can find him. I don't know. Seems to... Yeah, her name's Ghost or something. Fucking scary. Ooh. Guess it's 'cause you'll never see NCR and their goddamn nickname. Anyway, go on and head up top. What? They want to buy Cassidy caravans? No. Even times being what they are. Not sure I'm looking to sell. Even for all the whiskey in Reno. Mojave happened. Hit by raiders packing some heavy firepower. Can't believe the Crimson Caravan haven't heard. So if you want to buy all of Cassidy caravans, you're looking at it. And what I got in my pockets. Still, as... If someone came up to you and offered you 1,000 cap... Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Point is... Alice McLafferty, eh? No. Still, it's not about the money. Dad had spent... Look, I know you came all this... Just doesn't feel... That's a good point. It's the caravan clearance that's got me stuck. Give me that paper. I'll put my name to it. No sense... All right. There you go. Caravan's yours. Feel kind of relieved. No idea. Maybe... Go with you? So fighting boredom is your... Walking the Mojave with you can't be any worse than here, that's for sure. Well, now that I'm free of the outpost, was wondering if you'd mind making a detour. I'd like to pay my respects to the end of Cassidy caravans. Check out the site where they died. Upside of Vegas, hear tell? Trapped at the Mojave outpost. Been weeks since it was hit, so the site's probably a... Got word back on what happened from Rangers. Guess they found enough in the wreck. Only wishful thinking on my... I got them in. Some of the caravan might be ash, but we were expect... If I'm there with you, shouldn't be hard to spot. And I'd prefer... Gift for my dad, along with my name. Rose of Sharon Cassidy. Mom said he got the name out of some old world book about dirt pilgrims. Name sure sounds sweet, though. Anyway, pendant's a little rose. Originally thought it was one of Mom's tribal necklaces, but no. Came from Dad. You know, like one of the tribes from the east. We got 'em out west, too. NCR's herding them up, though, domesticating them. Mom was from east of the Colorado, though. Not sure what tribe. Was before the time Caesar rounded them up, made them legion. She walked a hell of a way until she crossed paths with my dad, and he convinced her to stop walking. And lucky for me, he was a horny old bastard. Not much to tell. He ended up walking east one day when I was young and never came back. Not a family deserter like some, though. Mom died waiting for him, and she had me to raise. She was sick, but she helped. As for Dad, I figure he just got himself lost or dead. Happens. And I'm not all... Not a clue. When he left, I was 2 in my crib to understand why, and around the time Mom passed, got his name, got this pendant, and... Short of caps is what taught me mostly. Ammo's expensive, so I learned to make every shot. And hear tell my dad was a crack shot, so I don't want to dirty the family name. Dynamite's for when you don't have enough bullets, want to clear a pass, or... Some of Twister's Out of the Divide can block off a pass in no time, so you learn how to handle powder so you don't get trapped somewhere. Any event, I prefer shooting if it comes down to an argument. Don't worry, I'll carry... What, you mean like spears? No, none. I'm fair with chucking dynamite, not bad with a pistol, if I do say so myself. Prefer settling things with my fists, though. Made more friends than corpses in bar fights. Plan on keeping it that way. Don't think I'm some kind of Vault City pacifist, though. If things get heated... Not sure if I chose it, or it chose me. Dad ran a bar a long time ago, and it was a labor of love, Mom said. Didn't sound like it made her happy. Still, I'm guessing I got some of Dad's love of whiskey in me because the burn suits me fine. Used to call me Whiskey Rose back west, before I punched enough people, so now they say it. But quiet, and when I'm not around. Yeah, on account of my name. And the blossoms on my cheeks when I drink too much. Won most of those fights, too. Can take a hell of a punch and give it right back when I've got a bottle in me. It's all in how you drink it, though. There's a trick to it. When we pass the bottle, I'll show you how it's done. There's usually a bar in every stop along the road. Helps me sleep. Well, sometimes I have to brew it myself if I'm too far from a bar. Not quality, but I'm for anything that takes... Yeah. What else you gonna do with an empty bottle? Get me some ingredients out of the Mojave, and Alright. Why the hell we wandering so much anyway? A man who shot you. And you got better. 2 shots in the head without an auto doc is a lot of patching. Who's this snake that put bullets? So he robbed you? Robbing a caravan coat of the wastes is you don't fuck with the one who brings you your mail. And you don't fuck with your supply line. Hope this shithead knows what he's in for. Can't say I've heard the name. Or heard about any man. Still, suit means money, and suits stand out. Especially here in the Mojave. One of the larger towns, or Vegas, might be the place to go. Don't you worry, though. We'll sort this asshole out. Started? Took to it like a fish to water. Well, if you know what a fish is. Actually, it sort of fell on me. My feet it was driving me crazy, that feeling of being trapped there. Yeah, west, east, and passed through places enough times people would sometimes pay me some caps to take something to the next town. Well, not as glamorous, I guess. Anyway, occurred to me I could scratch the traveling itch and get paid for it. Well, I'm not one for soft living. Or Well, don't let the soldiers... My point before is that you know the Mojave, and it's a hard place. The caravan fighting here in the Mojave, it's been downright brutal. The amount of caravan space you reserve for ammo alone. And if it's not raiders, powder gangers, it's NCR tolls. They need to get... Anyone wise does. Vegas families pay on time, from what I've heard. Even the Omertas. The white gloves pay on time, but they're creepy. Deal with anyone else, though. You're taking a... The Legion. I don't trade caps or supply anyone who keeps slaves and treats women like Brahmin in those camps of theirs. There's some caravans that deal with the Legion, yes. And as they guard their roads, their supply lines, even fiends would hesitate before going after any trader dealing with Legion. I am. If NCR took the same stand and committed patrols to the roads, then I'd think that'd solve a lot of their problems right there. But they don't. Caravans get butchered in the Mojave all the time, like mine. NCR tries. It's just that trying doesn't mean a whole lot when you're And Legion, from what I've heard, they don't do the stop tolls on the roads or in the outposts like some NCR. You're lucky if you turn a profit sometimes if some new officer gets assigned a route. Much as I hate the Legion, well, as long as those companies were run by men, and that's the biggest issue I see. And it's a shame. But I think there's people on the NCR side who feel more strongly than I do. Some caravans deal with the Legion now because the security. If towns could get the same a bunch of people would be willing to side with the Legion to not have to worry about fiends and boomers and It's not hard for some folks to sell freedom when the alternative is worse. Especially... Ask... NCR's my country, and I support it. Anyone who says otherwise... I know which side of the firing line I'm on in the Mojave. Yeah, I'm not some blind, flag-saluting, do-as-they-will NCR lover. They're family. You ever had a brother? Some dumbass younger brother, say, who knocked up the pastor's daughter, can't hold a job, and is home away as a jail cell? That's NCR. They try to put their stake in everything they see. Nobody's dick's that long. Not even Long Dick Johnson, and he had a fucking long dick. Thus the name. So NCR tries to hold on to everything. They can't guard the roads. They can't put a line of troops around the Mojave. It's just greed that Aside from the people in the towns, it's the soldiers that suffer for it most. Ever seen NCR troops asked to go after gangs at 3-to-1 odds? That bear flag doesn't. And when those gangs were caused by NCR in the first place, like the powder gangers, Caesar on a crutch. Don't get me started there. Look, I wouldn't want the Brotherhood or the followers or the Vegas families running the Mojave. NCR just has some shaping up to do. Maybe... I just wish Caesar would kick the heads of NCR, not the feet. I've fucked a soldier in my time. They don't need to get fucked by their orders. Much as anyone else. Cazador Trap. NCR makes a habit of going there and dumping cash. Couldn't tell you much more than that. Not really one for New Vegas when there's enough dump water bars and... All right. Give a... Hey. Let's hit the road.
Retribution! Retribution! Retribution!
Had enough?
Retribution!
Come on!
Retribution!
Let's see what you got. Let's deal.
It's a sin, my darling, how I love you, because I know our love can never be. It's a sin to keep
Welcome back to the Grub and Go. Anything else I can do for you?
that you've forgotten me. The dream I built for us has come true. Each promise broken like my heart. It's a sin, my darling, how I love you. So much in love, and yet so far apart.
Pleasure doing business with you. See.
It's a sin to hide behind this heartache, to make believe that I found someone new. It's a sin to say that I don't miss you, when people know I'm still in love with you. I'm sure you're happy with another. the town of Austria rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have to
God, there's almost nothing left. Most of the cargo's ash, too. Not burned, looks like disintegrated. When I heard the reports, I assumed ash meant burned. So close to the Vegas wall, too. Don't that beat all? Must have happened during the day, though. They hadn't made a camp.
He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around.
No idea. Maybe catch the sun in their eyes? Maybe they wanted the caravan to come to them, walk into an ambush. We should check the wagon. They may not have got everything. Whatever we find, it's yours. Least I can do for hoofing it all this way with me.
Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though he was 24. And the notches
You know
on
what?
his pistol numbered
What happened in my caravan? Not the first time I've heard about an attack like that. One of our caravans got hit a few months back, and the caravan been burned too. I wonder if he made the same mistake. And that Yeah, it's a ways. All right then, let's move out.
back alive or maybe dead. And he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this hand to meet his death.
Kings dress
man's
like
prices are
strutting
steep,
girls,
but I
all
hear he's worth
fancy
it.
like.
This gentleman and I were just settling on a price. I'm afraid you'll have to hire one of the others.
You want to travel through Freeside with ease. Your safety is practically... Freeside's a little dangerous for people traveling alone or in small groups. You go without a guard. You must be...
This time around.
Need some grub? I got you. Typically, I find it goes down better. I have my little helpers out and about, always looking for fresh things. You may have seen them around somewhere yourself. You
But he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
When people have got nothing left, they can always turn to the followers.
Howdy. I've been around a while, currently working aside from protecting them from the occasional thug looking to intercept supply shipments. The one researcher I liked who I could chat up about liquor got transferred. I've been around long enough to observe the patterns of human behavior. physical and mental anguish are especially exciting to explore. Hey, who doesn't enjoy a little pinch and squeal every once in a while? I joined up looking for a decent paying job. Granted, the pay's all right, but they won't let me kick back and slog a brew at the end of the day. They're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. The only thing I know for certain is that I don't... What starts in misery tends to stay there. That's when Mr. House's robots rolled out of the Lucky 38 and started pushing everyone who wouldn't join him off the strip. Lots of folks died. Some scattered to the winds. The rest wound up in Freeside and seemed never to lose the habit of living like... What about him? Pretty much the sort of... The king himself, though? He's got that something special you can't put a finger... I reckon they care about getting water and electricity from the dam. The locals here are just an inconvenience to them. Something to step over or... Before or after the human race shot itself in the foot. I've been around long. Before the war, Mr. House was a famous captain of industry. Robotics, to be specific. Seemed charming in interviews. Until he Since the war, though... Didn't make a peep for near 200 years. I don't know how they do it. They're like saints, those followers. If they didn't charge for their services, I'd think they was crazy. But nah, they're just naive. Warms their heart. Couple of rad scorpions, those two. Gloria is the stable one. Or rather, she'd tell her brother to do it for her. John Baptiste is one of the... Time you enjoy wasting isn't wasted time. Good, bad.
People would survive without us.
Are you here to drop off medical supplies? Rates of injury and illness in Freeside are very... Med-X, Radaway, and Fixer are Freeside essentials. I can't pay you for any supplies. So far, the Crimson Caravan won't cut us a deal. If you can... You might ask around at Mick and Ralph's, or go see the Garretts, though I suspect they're too busy poisoning... Just come see... More than rough, it's a damn mess. Freeside townies are constantly picking fights with NCR civilians. Thugs and thieves are always looking for a victim. Freeside is in dire need, but no one has been man enough to step up. There is always something needing done. We need a regular supply of medicine organized, but the Lastly, tensions between the townies and NCR tourists have been going downhill fast lately. Yes, old Bill Ronte and Jacob Hoff. They're not going to kick their habits on their own. Old Bill Ronte is an exceptionally skilled machinist. He could fix the problems we've been having with Freeside's water pump, if he sobered up. The Garretts hooked Jacob on chems when he was working for them. Ironic, since he used to homebrew detox chems. He's a natural chemist. In Freeside, the drunks and drug addicts flock in and around the... Sobering them up and putting them back to work would go... The big man around here is the king. Not much happens in Freeside that he doesn't know about. He has the most influence locally, and some of his crew haven't helped the situation by harassing NCR citizens and charging double for water. Some NCR soldiers have been bringing in supplies, but none of it is going to... How... We're pretty short... Bill Bill Ronte installed that pump a few years ago, back when he was sober. But lately, the Kings have started charging locals to use it, and NCR... They've been Freeside's gang for the past 5 years or so, ever since Mr. House and his 3 families pushed everyone else out of... They've done a lot of good for the community, but that seems to be changing. The flood of... I guess that explains the situation with the water pump. Usually... I know they sell a lot of guns, as if that's what Freeside needs. I hear... Oh, them. They sell energy weapons, which are very popular with better-heeled prospectors. Stay clear of them. Brother and sister are both psychopaths. A den of iniquity. The Garretts do more than their share to keep the locals drunk or... Their thugs, on the other hand, they keep wired on chems to stay dangerous. The Old Mormon Fort serves as the regional hub for the followers of the Apocalypse. The followers of the Apocalypse aren't just interested in research. Here in Freeside, we provide food and medical services for those in need. With the help of Bill Ronte, we were able to install a water... We arose from the boneyards of Edidum years ago. Since then, we have made it our mission to We hope to forge a brave new world free of war and poverty by sharing knowledge and resources.
Let's distribute the weight.
Hey, good to see you.
To the town of our free rode a stranger
What?
one fine day. Hardly
And-
spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more.
Hello.
Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was in Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead. And he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was related to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, man, the tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. The morning
Thank you so much for freeing me.
for them to meet.
Thank you. We never would have
I
escaped
can't
without
ever
your help.
thank you enough for saving me and mine. We're free now. I can't ever thank you enough for saving me and mine. We're free now.
They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death, about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play.
Morning.
And the swiftness of the rain.
Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries. Stim packs out of barrel. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims. For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to get by using salvaged medical supplies from the old world. But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Funny how that works. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways if this research goes anywhere. Cuts, lacerations, broken bones, infections resulting from all of the above. There are plenty of ways to die out here, and most of them, surprisingly. I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole. Oh, sorry. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years. Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same... I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless... Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it is a bit... Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research... No offense intended. Sir? Me specifically? No. I'm sure Julie Farkas does, though. Lab coat, pointy hair. Answers to the name Julie Farkas, strangely enough. I'm sure she can find something for you to do. It might be kind of depressing and terrible. See?
Howdy.
Hello.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping. Stop by Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs, man. Do that again. If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's. Thanks, lady. If it can be bought, it can be found at Mick and Ralph's.
Crazy old ladies running around? I hear they're real vicious when they meet folks.
Don't need this right now. Someone's looking to catch their chips early. That how you want to play, huh?
You have chems, buddy? I could really use a fix. Julie's a saint, but I don't need help. I feel... Why stop? No worries. If I had 2 caps to scrape together, I'd buy the materials to make my own. This guy named Dixon. Something about him seems sketchy, but I can't stop now. At this point, I'm mostly buying his stuff just so I don't feel sick. Looking for a fix, man? I got what you need. Pleasure doing business. Yeah, man. Those cats are out of their domes Those fools are from NCR. I love seeing those squatters in action. We were doing just fine before those shits came here and made a mess of things. Really? You know what? I might be willing. Wait, man. You can't go around saying... Okay, I get your point. You won't have to worry about me supplying those two anymore. Yep. So you're back. What? Fine. If you really care, I'm gonna need at least 10 shots to get me through the week. I think you're right. I've been through worse. I'll go to the fort and see. Check it out. Between the... What's your rush?
Then the fight started. Someone's looking to catch their cheek.
Morning. Hey, buddy. Sparrow. Ha ha ha. Oh, that's rich. You look like you're new around here. The first thing you should know is that Freeside is run by a pack of yahoos that call themselves the Kings. Their leader, who oddly enough calls himself the King. That's 2 tips. I've heard the Garretts over at the Atomic Wrangler are having a hard time collecting some money owed to them. An enterprising person. I got more where... Have you been to Mick and Ralph's yet? That one was pretty good, right? East of Freeside, there's an old Air Force base, judging by the road signs. No one knows for sure what's in there, though, on account of anyone approaching the place getting violently blown up. That one was pretty good, right? How about another? The NCR used to run a prison to the southwest. There was a rumor a while back that the White Glove Society was really an all-ghoul. What do you think? Things have generally been bad here for the squad, but lately the mood has changed. The squatters seem to be a bit more optimistic. I heard something about a town south of here being attacked, but details are... Which means either the attack wasn't too bad. People in Freeside generally fall into one of two categories. Those who've been here all their lives. When people from the NCR and other places started pouring in, the locals began referring to them as squatters. The locals blame the squatters for the scarcity of resources in Freeside. They're both right to some extent. And violence... Drugs are everywhere. Jacob Hoff, for instance. That King Pacer's a fan of Jet, too. Though I heard one of the followers talking about it being dangerous for him. Do yourself a... What do you say?
If you're looking for guns, talk to Mick. Otherwise, I've got a nice selection of... I only offer Alright. Yeah, I've got a little side business going. What I'm about to share with you... Over the years, I've gradually perfected my craft to the point of... What I'm referring to is passports. If you've got the cap... Hey, if you're interested and have the caps, they go for 500. What do you say? No problem. Take...
To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have...
We don't have the stills and equipment to supply the... You could check with other wasteland merchants. They've got a bunch of stills and a seemingly endless supply of grain alcohol, which could be used as... If you haven't heard of the King has his boys all over Freeside. He controls the water pump and is essentially the go-to guy for what goes around here. They are the local energy weapon dealers in Freeside. When it comes to lasers and plasma, Gloria's men are the best armed in Freeside and ruthless to boot. But her brother, Jean-Baptiste Cutting, puts them... Their joint is the only place in Freeside. They're good folks, just don't cross them. They're known for tidying up...
And that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though you 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was in Arizona, Ranger wouldn't be too long in town.
Welcome to Mick and Ralph's. For generals.
And he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red. After Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry men that tried for forward day. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held a breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death, about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas red, not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped. And the ranger's aim was deadly with...
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
Big iron on his hip.
Are then
It was over in a moment.
Why?
The folks had gathered round.
in that?
There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the
Like I always say, a polite society is an armed society.
But he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.